Good to see you. I've never met you in person, but I've seen a lot of your YouTube videos.
Well, it's about time we met then. Good to meet you.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Everything about me is timeless. The only thing that is timed is like an infinite aspect of this imagination that a few people seem to be in, and a few people, meaning a few billion people, but that's just details for the infinitely small part. It's just, I mean, am I right?
I'm not sure of the question first, yet.
The question is, we're 100% timeless. Is that correct?
I don't know. You think you're going to get out of here alive? Not out of this room, out of life. Let's put it that way. I think you should be relatively comfortable about making it out of the room, but...
Well, the physical body has an appearance to have time.
I know. I'm speaking in relative terms now.
Am I going to get out of here alive? I was never born. I've always existed.
And what is that?
It's this thing that's here.
Can you show me the thing that's here?
I can only ask you to listen.
I'm listening.
I can't show it to you. You have to see it.
You can't show it to me? I can show it to you. It's right here. Here you are. Right here.
That's me.
Yeah. As much as anything else is.
All right. I still believe in separation then. Because there's a part of me that doesn't believe that I'm that flower.
Of course not. There's a part of you that doesn't believe that. Right.
All right. I'm having a tough time having a conversation with you.
I know. I know it's not what you expected.
You're not playing by conversational rules.
No.
Okay. That's okay. I forgive you. It's been a pleasure meeting with you. I hope I can meet with you again.
I hope so too. Yeah. But that's because this is part of the picture, right? A flower, anything. It just happens to be this thing's next to me. Right? I mean, that's the sort of bottom line that we get to, right? Is I'm something and this is something else. However you define yourself. You could even define yourself as pure consciousness and pure awareness. But until we see that this is the same,
I can't see that that's the same as me. I can only sense that there's something here. I mean, I've been self-realized twice. I'm not self-realized today, but when I have been self-realized, wow! I mean,
yeah.
Everything is clear. I cannot see that that's.
And you're probably not apart from anything.
When I'm self-realized, I know I'm not a part of anything. I'm not a part of anything.
A part of anything or apart from anything?
When I'm self-realized, I know that I am a note in this one giant symphony.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. And you should try it sometime, but
It's kind of what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know. I just sometimes I'm just not there. I could see it sometimes, but sometimes I look at the tire.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that beeps in front of me when somebody's, because I don't want to look at tires, but I do. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Tire's there. It's in my head,
Right.
get carried away.
Most you can do is just relax with it, isn't it? You just relax with it. So you see a tire or a flower, okay, so that's what we see. That's
As you say it so easy. You say it so easy, like as if it's no big deal.
believe me, I know that it's no big deal and it's a big deal at the same time, right? It's just a flip of perspective, you might say, right? That's not that big a deal. But at the same time, it can sure feel like a big deal.
Yeah, that perspective, when it happened twice, it was just like a light switch, and
Yeah,
it's a whole
yeah.
different world. And then the light switch went off, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. I'm back to looking at
Yeah.
tires again.
Yeah, but okay, great. So I appreciate your honesty with that. When you had one of those shifts, let's say, okay? And we can both, I'll just go with you that a lot of that clarity seems to not be as clear as it was at some other point in time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we could look at that and go, okay, I've lost this and this and this. I don't see life in the same way that I saw it. Okay. But is there anything about what you're experienced that's still part of this experience?
Yes, I have my foot in it. Or like right now, I have my foot in it. It used to be like a toenail.
Yeah.
But now I have like sometimes the whole leg.
Yeah.
Right now I could say like it's up to my knee.
Yeah. 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 The reason I ask that is because, we can get into that place like, especially if you've had some really clear experience in the past, and then it's like, oh, I don't see it quite that way now.
Yeah.
But if we've ever really actually had some real awakening experience, there's always part of it. There's always something about it that's still with you, isn't it? And it may not be as clear and as all-encompassing, but what I found is through by grasping at it, but just by almost like that intuitively sensing into like what haven't you lost, and just sensing that, like making space for that.
What haven't I lost and making space for? Yeah.
Right.
I've been hearing that, like rip it open, right?
Yeah.
That thing that hasn't been touched in a while.
Yeah.
The thing that hasn't been looked at in a while. Just look at it. God, it gets so boring. It's so boring. The mind just wants to go places.
Yeah.
And how I got there was dealing with the boredom, and then boom.
Yeah.
And it was just a combination of being fed up with this life, with what the mind thought was life, and knowing that there's something out there, and I just need to get that. I haven't been fed up yet. Again.
Yeah.
I get. Am I? Like I'm still.
Understood.
Still getting like I guess what's happening. I'm still getting caught up. I'm still getting attracted.
Yeah.
To the imaginary.
Okay. And maybe you get fed up again, but maybe you don't have to get fed up. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't. It's just as likely that you don't.
So every single idea that I have on it, it's just an idea. It's just an imaginary idea. It's totally, like you said, it's wrong. If a minute from now I have an idea about awakening, it's 100% wrong.
The idea is wrong. Yeah, the idea is, in the same sense that like an idea called glass of water, it's a useful idea in some areas, obviously. If I was like, can you hand me the glass of water? But is this actually limited to the idea that glass of water?
No, I still have no idea what it is until I drink it.
Yeah, right.
So, okay.
That's what it's as simple as that. Like whether it's an idea of a glass of water or awakening or anything else. Like,
God, okay. I can see myself reaching for an idea and being comfortable and being more comfortable with an idea.
Yeah.
But
that's what our minds do.
it's idealist.
It's idealist. Right. Which doesn't mean we don't use ideas, right? We might give
Well,
certain things names and all that kind of stuff, but
in society, there's names and stuff, but that's not.
yeah, try living without any names. Neither one of us will get very far, but it's sort of like, I think of it as like being somebody that was a drunk, right? And you got sobered up, but you got to live the rest of your life in a bar. It's kind of like that. Right? You get over your addiction to thought, but that doesn't mean you can not think. You're still going to think, right? Or not define yourself in thought. You're still going to think. You're still going to define. So that's what I mean. It's if you could just leave the bar and never, you wouldn't be tempted, but you can't really just leave your mind forever. You're doing fine, though. Just relax a little bit. Right?
I've been on the thing, I guess it's 5 years now since I had my first one. I'm like, what was that? Let's turn everything else off and let's just do this. So that's the only thing I've been doing. This is the only thing that's real. Because I saw it, I didn't read about it. I saw it.
Yep.
I saw it.
Yep. It's different, isn't it? When you see it than when you read about it.
It's everything.
Yeah. And it still is now.
Yeah,
See, think of it this way. Whatever you want to think of as the fundamental reality, whatever we want to call that. Okay. All of a sudden, at some moment, fundamental reality shows up as a guy realizing the fundamental reality, right? And then maybe a day later, a week, a month, a year later, whatever, fundamental reality shows up with a guy that doesn't feel like he's realizing the fundamental reality anymore.
it's just a different flavor.
Sure.
And it's no better, no worse. It's just
Not from a human being's perspective, it's better or worse, but from an ultimate perspective, no.
yeah.
It's just a different form. Now reality showing up in the form of illusion. Okay, now reality showing up in the form of clarity. From a human perspective, it's a lot more enjoyable. So of course we like the clarity. But until we can see that reality on playing all sides, I got it, I lost it, and everything in the middle, it's still the same thing.
All sides.
All sides of the equation.
Wait, all right. I'm understanding everything. I just want to clarify the all. Seeing fundamental reality as opposed to seeing all sides, I thought I saw everything. I want to make sure that I got.
Well, number one, we should never just assume we see everything, first of all. I mean, anytime we get a taste of reality, it always feels like the whole of it, because it's reality.
I remember you mentioned a guy grabs hold of an elephant's foot, and he thinks that's the truth, but it's just an elephant's foot.
It's the foot, right. It's not that he's wrong, right? It's not that he's wrong. It's just that he's not completely right.
But I like to think that I saw the whole elephant.
Well, of course he does.
Am I right?
Yes and no. It's both. Literally, it's both. Good to meet you.
I hope to see you again. Thank you.
Until we meet again.